Hello and welcome. So today, typically I have something I hold up and show you, and sometimes I have notes on the back of it so I can read the notes. I actually try to get permission to use something, and I never got a response back, which is a shame. But I wanted to present today on the masterclass. You've probably seen them advertised. If you're on Facebook, they advertise on Facebook all the time. They run ads on YouTube. They're everywhere, so it's hard to get away from them. But I wanted to do a little bit of a review and give you a sense for how this works and what the benefits of joining it are. If you are a magician, if you are an entertainer, if you're a performer, if you're a writer, if you're a photographer, if you're an actor, you don't want to miss this opportunity. Let me tell you something, folks. I am a strong believer in continuing education. I have 2 master's degrees. I have an undergraduate degree. I have 2 certifications in human resources that require continuing education. And so I am constantly in class somewhere and constantly looking for educational opportunities. I'm an avid reader. I probably read, at any given time, I'm reading 6 or 7 books at the same time. And so when I find an opportunity that I believe in, that really touches me, that really makes a difference for me, I want to share it. And I believe that magicians need to be good actors. And I believe that magicians need to understand the basics of comedy. And so the more that you know about traditional theater and traditional theater subjects, the better that you're going to be as a performer. Now, masterclass, it's a sensational name, because it implies that there's a certain mastery, and I think that the instructors are masters. There's no question about it. You are not going to get from masterclass what you might get from, let's say you did an actor's workshop, and you studied under a named teacher, and you went to the workshop 2 or 3 times a week, and you did that for a full semester. It's not equivalent by any means, but the educational value for the money that you invest, for the value that you get out, I don't think I've ever seen, seriously, I don't think I've ever seen an educational value like this. I think there's 2 ways to sign up, and I'm going to share what I believe to be their current rate system. And this could be wrong, pardon me if it is, and certainly if this video stays up for a number of years, it probably isn't going to be right over a period of time. But you can sign up on a monthly basis. I believe it's $15 a month. Or you can sign up on an annual basis. I think it's $180 a year. You know what? 1 credit hour, generally speaking, at a community college is around $1,000, right? $1,000. So, and here you're getting the very best in their field, giving you their wisdom, their life experience, their knowledge. $15 a month, $180 a year. That is unbelievable. And let me tell you who I'm studying with. Now, I've been asked, do you get to interact with this person? No, you don't. But it feels like you do. Because basically, many of the lessons are done exactly the way I'm doing this. There's a camera, of course it's better produced, of course, but there's a camera, there's the performer, the speaker, and they're doing a 5, 10, 15, maybe 20-minute lesson, right? So these are kind of short lessons. They're generally around 10 minutes, and there's roughly 20, 25 lessons in a class. So you got 10-minute lessons, 15-minute lessons, 25 lessons, and in addition to that, there's generally a workbook, and usually that's a downloadable ebook that you're getting. And then some of the performers recommend textbooks that you can go out and get and read those. and then there's usually a forum, so you can interact with fellow students on the forum. And so that's what you're getting when you spend your money. And you're not getting access to just one class. So there are other educational opportunities out there, and I might speak to some of them, and I don't want to name them now because I don't want to compare and contrast negatively, but most classes, whether online or in school, most classes, when you pay your tuition, you're paying for that one class. And that's it. You get that one class. If you want to take another class, you pay another tuition, right? I mean, that's just the way it works. Master class, that $15 a month, $108 a year, full access, as many classes as you want to take. Full access. Unbelievable. So if I didn't come to you and say, you know what, check this out, I just would not be doing you a service. Do it. Check it out. Let me tell you some of the people that I'm studying and working with right now. Steve Martin is the one that got me interested. I mean, I see these ads all the time. This person's teaching writing. This person's teaching acting. This person's teaching political comment. You know, whatever it might be. This person's teaching cooking. Great stuff. Along comes Steve Martin. Arguably one of the great entertainers, one of the great actors, one of the great comedians of our time. I remember when I was in high school and he was doing the arrow through the head and wearing the white suit and the whole banjo bit, and he was, and then of course his years was Saturday Night Live, and Dan Aykroyd doing the Czechoslovakian brothers and the bits that he did over the years and years and years, the films Parenthood and just his The Jerk, you know, his litany of films and accomplishments is unbelievable. So here he is teaching a master class, and I just have to. And then I find out how much it is. I'm thinking, gosh, you know, for what you're getting just for Steve Martin, I can't believe it. So I mean, it was a no-brainer. And so now I'm watching these classes, right? And I'm working through his workbook, and I'm learning and growing. And you know what? Even if you're not interested in studying comedy as a performer, if you admire Steve Martin, take a look behind the curtain. That's what he's giving you. He's giving you an opportunity to look at his craft the way he looks at it, and very seriously. You know, comedy is a serious business. And so he's giving you the benefit of his years of experience, and he's giving you insight, and he shares clips of some of his bits along the way, and it's funny, it's entertaining, it's educational. I cannot speak more highly of Masterclass. So I'm studying Steve Martin's comedy workshop. I'm studying Penn and Teller's magic workshop. You know, I never tire of learning new magic or looking at the basics taught by professionals. And listen, Penn and Teller and I are not on the same page ideologically. They're skeptics. They don't believe in anything. They believe that anyone who believes is either deluded or deceiving. So you know, ideologically, we're not on the same page. But professionally speaking, as entertainers, these guys have done so much for magic, so much for our industry. If you've not seen the show Penn and Teller Fool Us, they are showcasing, they're giving opportunity to magicians worldwide. So every magician alive today owes something to Penn and Teller. However you might feel about their ideology, we all owe a great debt to Penn and Teller. If you haven't checked it out, type in your YouTube, Penn and Teller Fool Us. You will be entertained for hours and hours and hours. The idea of Penn and Teller Fool Us is that a magician goes on, and the magician presents what he hopes or she hopes will fool Penn and Teller. And if they succeed, they win an award, they win prize money, they get to go to Las Vegas and perform with Penn and Teller. But whether you succeed or whether you lose, you now have worldwide exposure. And can you beat that? Absolutely not. So Penn and Teller, they knew what they were doing, and they're giving opportunity to performers and magicians everywhere, and I appreciate them so much. And so here's your opportunity to learn from Penn and Teller. Sign up for Masterclass, take their class, you won't regret it. You'll learn the basics probably better than you ever have before. So do that. The other class I'm taking, Helen Mirren. I just adore her. I mean, her body of work is legendary. She's teaching acting, and she, all of these people have downloadable workbooks, but Helen Mirren has textbooks that she wants you to read on acting, and I've picked these up, and they're heavyweight. Let me tell you, it is like being in a college class. If you're going to do the coursework for Helen, you're going to do some work. And you're going to have to study, and you're going to have to learn, and so Helen is quite a taskmaster. The other person I'm studying is Natalie Portman. She also is doing a class on acting, and it is utterly fantastic. And then there is Jodie Foster, who is doing a class on filmmaking. So you might wonder, well, why would a magician want to study filmmaking? Theatrical production. The principles that go into good filmmaking also go into good theatrical production. So I think that the principles cross over. And I watch these people because I admire their work. And Jodie Foster has, again, these people have a legacy. They have a body of work that speaks for itself. And this is your opportunity to learn from them. Do it. Do it. The other class I'm taking that has really nothing to do with performance art, but I'm taking it because I love photography. Annie Leibovitz. Oh my goodness. This is the Vogue photographer, for lack of a better word, but she also does portraits. Her body of work is unbelievable, and she is teaching a course on photography. So folks, that's the master class. I cannot recommend it more highly. I hope that you enjoy these presentations, by the way. Please subscribe, please comment, please give me your feedback. I want to create material that is beneficial for you. So the more that we interact, the more that I know what it is that you're after, the better I'm going to be able to do for you. Subscribe, let me hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.